Hi, this is Reg Athwal on Reg Athwal TV. Thanks for joining me on another episode for book videos. This time I've got another classic, Tough Times Never Last, but Tough People Do by Robert H. Schuller. If you can see that, this book was published originally in the 1980s. This edition came out in 1988. So the book with the title Tough Times Never Last but Tough People Do was definitely written at the time by Robert Schuller based on the Great Depression that happened early on in the 19th century. And then just after this was the next massive recession in America in 1987. So the book is definitely based on a lot of case studies around huge unemployment, economic challenges at that time. So I think it's highly relevant with what's going on right now with not only the coronavirus, but the impact it's going to have on the economy in the future. So with this book, I've got a couple of things that I wanted to share with you in this book video edition. Here's a quote from Robert. When you've exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you haven't. What a great quote that is. When you've exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you haven't. So in tough times, you've got to make sure you keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It doesn't matter how many times you're going to get rejected, whether it's from a business expansion point of view, looking to get out of this economic downturn period that's coming in 2020, whether you're unemployed right now, being made redundant, looking for your next contract or permanent opportunity. Whatever it is, make sure that you don't give up. You may have exhausted all possibilities in your mind. You're thinking, you know what, it's not going to happen, but you haven't. There's always going to be a solution. I'm just going to read a bit of this from chapter 1, linked to this particular quote. It says here, it was a harsh summer, the summer of 1982. For many, it was as if the clocks had rolled back to the 30s and the time of the Great Depression. Company upon company declared bankruptcy. Unemployment soared. The severe and prolonged recession, as it was dubbed by the media, sent ripples of depression across America. Politicians used the depressed state of the country to their advantage. It provided a great opportunity to highlight the failures, shortcomings, and faults of the opposite political party. How ironic is this with what's going on right now with the coronavirus and reading the news right now, watching the news of what's going on in the USA? History does repeat itself. If further on he says, everybody was fixing the blame. Nobody was fixing the problem. The problems persisted. They grew. The recession ran rampant across the country until nearly everybody was affected by it. No one was immune. So if you look at what's going on right now around the world, this is exactly history repeating itself. Tough times never last. Tough people do. You've got to make sure that you don't listen to this negativity and keep persisting with what is important to you, whether it's a job, whether it's expanding your business. Here's the second one I had from the book for the 3 tips that I normally share with these book videos, which was based on every problem will change you. Problems never leave us the way they found us. Every person is affected by the tough times. No one emerges from a problem untouched by tough times. Recently, I was talking to a super successful salesperson. His income is in the 6-figure bracket. When I inquired about his training, I was surprised to learn that his degree was in history and education. Dr. Schuller, the truth is that I have a very boring teaching background. Because I was bored and boring, my students were restless and I failed to communicate to them. I was a boring teacher because I was a bored teacher. My boredom rubbed off on the students. It was not a good situation to be in. Because I had a problem with the students, my contract was not renewed. Actually, I was fired. When the school fired me, I became so angry I decided to go out and make something of myself. I went out and landed a better job. And then he shared a gem of a line. He looked at me with flashing eyes and said, I had to get fired before I got fired up. I'll repeat that. I had to get fired before I got fired up. He went on to explain, basically, I was too lethargic. My contract cancellation jolted me out of a lazy rut. I'll always be grateful for that I was fired, for it made me angry enough at myself to get up and get going. I love that. See, sometimes in tough times and when you're facing adversity, a recession, hard economic times, your back is up against the wall, you're in the corner. That's when times make you wake up. You wake up and you must do something. You have to do something to make sure that you're there for your family and your staff or whatever your situation is. So right now, every problem will change you. What excites you? What are you excited about? What are you passionate about instead of what you're forcing yourself to do? And maybe there's a clue there on what you need to do for the future. Maybe it is a time to change. And this problem that we've got globally could be a blessing in disguise to help you move to the next stage. The last one I've got here is, it's called Now Dedicate, is the third thing I wanted to leave you with. It's called Now Dedicate. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, ability, opportunity, or talent, but because they haven't given their problem all that they've got. Anyone can succeed if he can get enthusiastic about life, even when life seems empty. Doors will open up to enthusiastic people first. I was in a hotel in Los Angeles when I ordered room service. The waiter was Mexican and spoke halting English. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Strangely enough, his repeating the greeting 3 times did not seem overdone, but very sincere. You seem enthusiastic, I offered. Oh yes, he said, grinning from ear to ear. I've got a good job. I'm in America. May I pour your coffee for you, sir? Yes, of course, I replied. The weather is going to be beautiful today, he said. I heard they were predicting rain today. Yes, but the rain will be nice. It will be like the lawns will be green and the flowers and trees will need it, don't they? By the time he left the room, I was enormously impressed by him. I know why he has this job, I told myself. The smartest and most enthusiastic people will get the jobs that are going to be opening up in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Get enthusiastic. Dedicate yourself to enthusiastic living, and you'll be surprised how people will want to hire you. I'll pause on that note, because at the end of the day, if you're boring or you're negative, moaning, groaning, bitching about what's going on, why should someone hire you? If you start looking at things a bit positively, put a smile on your face, have a good attitude, and be enthusiastic, you're going to go up that pecking order if someone's going to be hiring you in the future, whether it's for employment or whether it's for your product or service. So those are a few things to leave you with. Don't forget, book Tough Times Never Last, but Tough People Do. Robert H. Schuller. Go to Amazon. You'll find the book. Worth reading. If you've read it before, leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts about the book and this author. If you get a chance to read it in the future, come back and leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share the video. I want to inspire as many people as we can, especially when they're sitting at home and they want to watch some videos that can help them learn something. And please share it with the rest of your family and your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode of Book Videos. Bye for now.